Okay, here we are with our little test setup, and what we've got going here is we've got our ultraviolet sensor here, and we've got it set up. And one of the beautiful things about this Arduino is because everything's open source, you can get everything off the web. So I actually don't have to do any coding here. It's just grab something that's already on the web and just use it. And so that's easy, just to sort of like a design tryout. And what we've got is we've got two LEDs. We've got a green LED and we've got a red LED. And like when we had our robot before, it was running into walls and then it would turn. Here, if we can see where the wall is with our ultrasonic detector, we can turn without having to run into it. So the way we have it set up is we have it set up so that the code will change LED colors from green means good and you can go forward, red means stop, and that's when you should turn. Now right now we have it arbitrarily set at 6 inches, and you can see from the ruler that we have our little line here at 6 inches. So when we move in at 6 inches, we should see our LEDs, and I'll try to pan it out so you can see them both, go, when I cross that line it should go from green to red. And there it goes. So and then it goes back to green. So when we get there it goes to red, and that's when we should turn. So we turn and we go on our way. So again, it's a little like it gets some false triggers and we might have to do something about that, but this will tell us when we can go and get an object. Now the way it's going to work when we have our robot is we just use this to sense where the objects that are located when we pick them up. So we just go forward with our green little light, and then when the object gets in range and it hits red, we switch the program so that it says, okay, go and pick up that object. And hopefully our robot will do that, and we'll see how that works. So that's it for the ultrasonic detector. Okay, here's the setup for how we're going to sense our track. And we have to follow a track course, and this is a setup track course with the black line. And we want to have our robot be able to follow this black line. So what we use is we use this as a track sensor. And what it is, if we look over here, is it's actually a device that has this little beam and it sends it out. And then if it's over a reflective device like white, it'll bounce back and it'll receive that. Now when it's over the black line absorbs everything, so nothing bounces back. And so then there is no signal. So let's take a look at what we have out here. And right now what we've got is we've got our program and it looks for whether it's detecting a black line or a white line. Now since we're not pointed at anything, it detects black because we're pointed up in the air. But if we point it and get it positioned off the table, now it says white line. So right now it's over a white line. Now if we move it over our track over here, it'll detect black line. And so as we move along, it'll be black line, black line. If we keep going straight, at some point it'll say white line, because now we're not over the black line. So at some point we need to be able to steer our vehicle so it can go through the black line and stay on the black line. Now the way it works is that you've got 3 sensors, because right now the way it goes, when it goes off course, it has no idea whether it's off course right or off course left. So we need 3 to say that if the middle one has lost its signal and this guy picks up the signal, then it says, oh, the course is going right, I better turn to the right. And that's the way we're going to initially try to get our robot to sense position, is by using 3 of these sensors, and they're all going to track a black line, and they move along the course, and if it gets off course, then this guy will be tracking and it'll say, oh, you're off center, you need to move back this a ways. So hopefully that's the way we'll steer our device, and that's how we're going to sense and move along our track with our robot.